Good afternoon and welcome to the season opener of college basketball, and there is your matchup. Alabama A&M coming down from Huntsville to take on the Samford Bulldogs. And welcome inside the Hanna Arena. Kurt Bloom along with my broadcast partner, Boyd Kaiser, and it's good to have you along with us. Well, Wednesday we know was a season opener, but it was actually an exhibition, and it didn't count. But today, it's all for real. It means something. So tell me a little bit about our team matchup, Alabama A&M and then Samford.
Yeah, Alabama A&M is bringing in a young team today. You know, they only have 4 upperclassmen on their roster. So they'll be starting 3 sophomores and a freshman this year. 70% of their scoring last year came from freshmen. So those guys have some experience. And for Samford, we're looking at a whole new system, a whole new player lineup, a new coach for the Bulldogs of the Samford Bulldogs. So it's going to be an exciting matchup today.
When you go back to Alabama A&M, their coach hasn't been there very long, but he is familiar with the area. Tell me more about Dylon Howard.
Yeah, Dylon Howard's in his 3rd year at Alabama A&M as the head coach. Before that, he had 5 seasons as associate head coach at Morehead State. But he's very familiar with the Birmingham area. He played his collegiate ball at UAB and had a daughter that actually ran track at Samford. And for the Samford Bulldogs, we're looking at first-year head coach Bucky McMillan, coming from Mountain Brook High School in Birmingham, Alabama, where he spent 12 seasons, won 332 games, over 28 per season, in 5 state titles.
We'll take a look at the overall series matchup, and Samford is 4-0. The last meeting was in Huntsville in 2018. So again, Samford undefeated at 4-0. And we'll take a look at our trio of officials for today. Looking at Mike Nance, Hunter Allen, and then Christopher Balonek. So Wednesday, Boyd, was a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal now. It counts. You score, it goes on your average. You win, you get the dub.
Yeah, Samford had an exhibition game on Wednesday, like you discussed, so they got the 1 practice game already in for them. Went pretty well. The new system tallied 174 points against the D3 team. So this will be a little different today against Alabama A&M.
Yeah, Samford got on the national map with those points and that output. And again, an exhibition game against a D3. Lineups coming our way shortly. Brought to you by BBVA. We're looking at A&M, Tucker Johnson, Hicks, Smith, and Williams, the big guy in the middle. And Samford, we say this loosely, starting lineup Davis, State McCray, Parks, Matre, and the big man in the middle is Tryon. 13 seconds gone by, no score. And A&M with their first touch.
And this is what we're going to see from Samford all day. They're going to run a lot of different defensive sets, but all of them are about pressure. Full court pressure, half court. They'll throw in traps sometimes, but it's a pressure system.
On the block, getting a touch, was Jalen Johnson. A whistle and a foul. And that foul will be on Samford's State McCray. Non-shooting foul. Wide open look right there for the Bulldogs of A&M. Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson's one of those seniors, one of the upperclassmen for A&M. They don't have many, but he knocked down the first shot for the Bulldogs.
Samford tried to answer from State McCray. McCray in the exhibition game showed his athleticism. He had 19 points, runs the floor very well. There's Bucky McMillan. 332 wins in high school, 5 state championships.
Prolific coach at the high school level, bring it up here to the collegiate level now.
Saw the trap by Samford. Baseline jump shot again, Jalen Johnson. 2 for 2 from that spot. A&M off to a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, they're putting a little bit of pressure too. They'll be in man-to-man defense most of the night.
Matre for Samford. Davis. KJ Davis. That's before the shot. It's hard to find somebody who didn't play well in that exhibition game, and you're looking at Davis. It's going to be repetitive to say he played well, he played well, he played well. But when you score 174 points, a lot of people played well.
A different type game. They were playing a team that all they like to do is pressure, trap, and run too, so the pace of play was electric.
You saw Tryon with the dish, and then the bucket running the floor was Christian Guess in the turnover. And then Parks, the leaner, no good. Guess on the board.
And that's where that pressure comes in. They're trying to turn the ball over, just causing everything to be a little harder for A&M.
Nice bounce pass by Matre, but Guess unable to finish. Here comes A&M. Nice spin move. They come up empty on that possession. Parks. Now Tryon. Tryon got stuffed from behind by big man E.J. Williams of A&M.
Yeah, he recovered after letting Tryon get the offensive rebound to get that block.
Nice pass inside. A&M finishes. Jalen Johnson.
A&M did a good job getting out of the trap, and once you get out of the trap, rotate that ball around and found a mismatch inside on Preston Park. So Johnson was able to get up there and get that bucket in.
Samford really has 2 point guards on the floor, two guys who could play the one. Parks and Matre, and Bucky McMillan has them both on the court. We haven't played 3 full minutes, and you look across the court, Boyd, and you'll see it'll be 3 for both teams coming in, 3 for both teams coming out.
Well, and that's something that Bucky McMillan will do for Samford all game, the kind of pressure he wants his players putting on people. It's going to wear them down if you're doing it right. So you're getting up and down the floor, you're going to need to come out for a break every once in a while.
Baseline jumper wouldn't go, and then Guess is out of bounds. And so Gordon, Really, and Dye will make their way in for Samford.
And Gordon led the team in scoring in that exhibition game with 28, so bringing that off the bench gives you some punch off the bench for this second group.
Brandon Miller for A&M is in, as well as Anjay Cortez. That backcourt pressure by Samford, a Bucky McMillan trait.
Yeah, the key they're going to be working early in the season is put that pressure on, but at the same time, when the other team gets out of the traps, not giving up the layup on the other end, which they did a good job of that time.
Garrett Hicks gets inside the paint and scores. Soft touch by Hicks.
Yeah, it's a strong start by A&M. They're taking very good shots and knocking them down.
Top of the key, Dye with a 3. Got it!
Big man stepping out. That'll stretch the defense if he can knock down those this season.
What's he doing out there? Launching 3, steal, turnover, shot. There's Dye, pushes it back up and in. So Dye with 5 points in about 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's instant impact there. 3 offensive rebound
and a steal by Myron Gordon. Gordon pushing. Good defense, no foul. The immediate timeout, and right now, 15:50 remaining, opening half. A&M up by 1.
Where our passions find purpose. Samford University, for God, for learning, forever.
A&M out in front by 1, 8-7. Boyd, I like what you said. They're taking good shots and making shots. We'll take a look at Samford's Logan Dye, who in just about a 5-second, 6-second sequence, there's the 3. And now watch the putback with the left hand. Yeah, no...
Yep. Logan Dye is known for his soft baby hook on the inside, so stepping out and hitting that 3. A little bit of a change from this year, but again, in this system, if you're going to play, everybody needs to be able to knock down that 3. Samford's trying to crash in for layups faster, kick out for 3s, and they want everybody to be a shooter on the team.
Logan Dye last year, 1 3-pointer the entire season. This year, 1 3-pointer in game 1. And there he is, Dye.
I'd say he's on pace to break that streak.
Good one. That's a more comfortable position, although called for a travel.
Yeah, it's good thought. He's getting triple team, but he spun baseline, which is the direction that was open. Just got that feet moving a little fast.
Not yet 5 minutes in, but a good start for A&M and Dylan Howard. A&M, by the way, is 2 hours north on Highway 65 here in the state of Alabama. They are members of the SWAC. It'll be A&M ball, 19 to shoot. Samford plays out of the SoCon. We'll look at it later. Both teams picked near the bottom of their conferences, if that means anything.
Well, it's not unusual. You know, this time of the year, Samford's got a whole new team, staff, everything, and A&M bringing in a real young team, so it's not surprising that they're not ranked high at this point. But the good news is you got all season to practice, get better.
Miles Parker took a three. Might have been fouled after the shot, but it wasn't called. Stanley Henderson for Samford was in, now checks out.
Rotating lineups, keeping those big men fresh, you know, it's probably the hardest things on big men to get up and down the floor at the pace that Coach McMillan wants to do.
Dalen Smith checking in for A&M. Myron Gordon. Dye. Right around the free throw line where he handed off, and good defense again by the Bulldogs of A&M.
Yeah, good recovery. He had to switch off his man who was setting the screen and got the block on Guess.
Nice moves inside and then over Dye, but unable to finish was Tremere Brown. Guess. Really in Gordon. Gordon all the way with the left hand, yes.
Great drive by Gordon, attacking the rim. He did that a lot in that exhibition game. And again, he had to sit out last year for the Bulldogs, so he's got a lot of energy coming back after averaging 12 points for the Bulldogs 2 years ago.
He's one guy that should have petitioned for that exhibition game to count. He would have had a season, or rather a career high. He had 28 points.
Yeah, just motivation to do it again, right?
That's right. His career high is 25 against Western Carolina. Tryon, Trey, and company coming in. Chambers, Tristan Chambers, his first look. So you got big man on big man up top.
You can see in this system, even the center putting pressure out beyond the three-point line on the person he's guarding.
Good hands. State McCray. And then it's A&M that hits the floor, and A&M will cause the jump ball because of their hustle.
Yeah, good play by both teams, really. You know, the Samford Bulldogs trying to push up the floor with the pass up. But State McCray just couldn't quite get a handle on it, and A&M got on the floor for that ball first.
Samford, by the way, is on a 7-0 run at the moment. Yeah, State McCray got his hands on it, winds up with the steal.
Yeah, good jump with the passing lane there, expecting that.
Chambers, a deadly shooter, passes up a shot. Parks. From the corner. That's Tryon, his own rebound. 0 for 2.
Good follow of your own shot, though. He had an idea it was going short when he let it go and went and got it. Just couldn't finish that one inside.
Other way baseline, no good. That was Dalen Smith on a miss.
Yeah, Coach Howard probably wanted them to work that a little more offense on that shot. Didn't have any rebounders inside for A&M on that three.
State McCray cannot hit the through ball. KJ Davis, or not KJ Davis rather, but A&M on the rebound, Brandon Miller. Now a three to match the jersey number. Cameron Tucker unable. McTray pushing it, but he pushed it a little too far. Samford holding on to a 1-point lead.
McTray got a little ahead of himself that time. He thought he had the big man. He could take the goal, lost the ball on the dribble. Again, you're going to get some of those turnovers when you're pushing the tempo. I think as long as the effort's there, Bucky McMillan's going to take that early in the season.
A&M, by the way, they played solid defense, but they haven't scored in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, Samford's pressure's gotten to him a little bit in the last few possessions. Samford's already got 5 steals on the day from A&M.
That's a 2-point shot. Jalen Johnson, who has 8 points.
That's a long 2. You don't see those very often in the game anymore.
Are they allowed?
They are allowed. They're just not as efficient as stepping 1 foot further back.
Tryon, I believe, will get credit. Nope. Took it away from Tryon. That basket is good, plus a foul. So we'll take immediate timeout. Alabama A&M holds on to a 1-point lead. Under 12 minutes remaining in the opening half. Jalen Johnson of Alabama A&M with 8 points so far, leading the way, and A&M leading Samford 12-11. And there is your score. Our game, by the way, presented by Alabama 8-1-1. Alabama 8-1-1, our game presenter.
You know, Samford's a team that wants to be known for their pressure and upping the tempo and causing turnovers. And both teams have 5 turnovers right now, but a little bit of the difference, A&M has 6 points off those turnovers, and Samford only has 2 off the turnovers from A&M.
Free throws coming up. Anjay Cortez will hit that jumper and was fouled by State McCray.
Second shot in a row you don't see every day in today's game. That one was about a 15-footer from the tee there on the free throw line.
Cortez is a freshman. Comes up empty. Turnover, I believe, far side on Parks.
Yeah, Parks had a good idea to get the ball forward fast. So they'd love to break the press and get it up the floor with passes, not dribbles. Just wouldn't turn quite right. Had to turn a little bit, got that travel.
Gordon one-on-one pressuring Garrett Hicks.
Again, it's not always for Samford about trapping it, but they want to keep the pressure on, want to make everything you do just a little harder than normal.
Might have gotten Gordon from behind, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, hand went out there, got a hand check on that drive. You see a good crossover, had to have the hand check to stop him.
Matrey will come in for Gordon. Alabama A&M up by 1 and a turnover as they throw it out of bounds near the Samford bench. It's Cortez. Anjay from Charlotte, North Carolina. Season opener certainly has a different feel than the exhibition game from Wednesday, doesn't it?
This one feels a little more like a normal basketball game. I think this point in the exhibition game, it was already about 40-20.
And in case you missed it, Wednesday, Samford with 102 points in the first half. They would have obliterated about 10 different overall records, but again, an exhibition game against a D3 that did not count in the standings. Logan Dye with 5 points.
Well, the team knew, and Coach McDillon especially knew, this game's going to be a little tougher, a little different athlete level you're playing against here.
Matrey gets blocked. Garrett Hicks. And we'll take a look at that block again. Just one-on-one defense. Yeah. Get out of here with the left hand.
Good man-man defense there, and timed it just perfect on that.
Somebody forgot to take Christian Guess.
Nobody rotated over for the block that time. Guess with a good power drive. Finished strong at the goal.
Put Samford up by 1. Cameron Tucker got a screen, but Samford switches. On the wing now, about 10 feet out. Turnaround's going to be too hard and too far.
Johnson was trying to take advantage of the switch, but you know, Guess is a pretty big guy himself and got help from Logan Dye on the rotation.
State McCray tried to shoot it over the A&M center, E.J. Williams, but was unable to. Samford looks like they've gone into a man.
Yes, they'll be in man a lot. That's kind of their base defense, but they will switch it up a lot during the game too, just to give the offense different looks.
And the weak side obviously gives up some space. Let's take a look again at the Christian Guest dunk and see. Yeah, somehow he just slithered in. Whoop, Matre. And that was a good move right around Jalen Johnson. So a timeout on the court.
Yeah, it looked like A&M was expecting him just to hand the ball off to Preston Parks, who had inbounded the ball, but faked that and drove baseline and got the dunk.
10:03 remaining. Opening half and the opening game of the season for Samford and Alabama A&M. Two head coaches. Well, one is brand new to their program. That's Bucky McMillan. Dylan Howard only in year number 3. Last year, A&M with only 8 wins. Samford had 10, but again, a brand new coach, a new system.
Well, one thing for Samford with this game going to go a little different, a lot closer than the exhibition game. It's going to give Coach McDillon a lot more to talk about during those timeouts to correct. When you score 174, there's not a lot to correct during your film watching after the game.
Well, and this game here so far for 10 minutes is a little bit more realistic of what will happen in the Southern Conference.
Sure.
Matre. Looks like a 2-3 out of A&M. You usually put your shooters in, and that's why Chambers is in for Samford. You'll see him far side, see if they kick it out. No. Trying to go underneath. There's a lot of traffic there.
Yeah,
Dye was the intended receiver if we were playing football. Did you see the 2-3 that I saw? The 2-3 zone out of A&M?
Here we go. Yeah, they're going to put different pressure on. That was good rotation that time by E.J. Williams. Get his foot out on the ball.
Beautiful baby hook.
Yeah, there's the baby hook we talked about earlier that Logan Dye's known for.
That's old school right there. Somewhere out in Los Angeles, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has got a smile on his face.
So far, A&M's doing a pretty good job handling the pressure.
Unselfish kick out. Wide open shot. Now Williams will get the rebound.
Both teams started off a little cold from the three-point line this game. But the one thing you got to know in this day and age, they will keep shooting them.
Speaking of threes, that's the difference as you see your scoreboard. That's off of Chambers. A&M maintains possession with 12 to shoot. A&M within striking distance. Williams, he is yet to score. And he throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, they were trying to post up Johnson that time on Chambers down low. Had a little height advantage on him. Just threw it a little too strong, too high over Johnson's head.
Logan Dye with 7 to lead the way for Samford. Jalen Johnson has 8 to lead everybody. A&M in the maroon and white. Samford's got their home whites with blue trim. Dye. Trey, wide open Parks. He's a lefty. That shot went in Wednesday, as we were talking about. And travel is what Samford wants, and Samford gets.
Yeah, they got the charge call.
Oh, they got the charge?
Yeah, stepped in and took it. I know they work on that a lot in practice. Trey was able to get over there in front, set his feet, and draw it.
It'll be Smith, Dalen Smith on the foul. Offensive.
Well, as you can imagine, in any game when you score 174, Samford definitely shot really good in that game. 48% from the three-point line in that game.
Samford up by 3. 8.5 to go. See if Dye takes his man. He's got a size advantage. Guess stolen. Garrett Hicks is quick. And Hicks Two good looks for A&M. Now Parks running. Remember, he is a lefty and gives it up to Kristen Guess, who finishes.
And Logan Dye ran the floor hard to get that block on the other end, starting the fast break, and then Parks being unselfish there, hitting Guess for that layup.
It would have been easier if Parks was a righty, but he was a lefty, so he did the right thing. Samford looking up. Parks got a step and has a basket. Media timeout. Samford on a bit of a run. 7-point lead for Samford. 7:48 remaining opening half from the Hannah Center.
Employees, and that's important to me. The items sold here aren't the only treasures you'll find.
Well, Samford on an 8-0 run. They were down 12-11, and they're now up 19-12. And yes, fans, not a full capacity allowed in, but fans are allowed into the Hannah Center.
They got them spaced out nicely here. You know, you mentioned it when we started the game that this was Samford's starting lineup, but that may not necessarily mean a lot for the Samford Bulldogs. So far, Samford's bench has scored 17 of the 19 points. And that's just the way that Coach Medillin likes to play. He brings a lot of the punch off the bench. Also, the guys are going to rotate in and out a lot to keep that effort up and the energy up.
Medium range jumper fell short for Garrett Hicks. Hicks gets the rebound and scores. 4 in the game for Hicks. Guess trying to take his man and draws the whistle and a foul on Anjay Cortez. He got his elbows in. It was not a hard foul by any means, but elbows made contact. Try on.
So far, that's been Samford's favorite inbound play. Just throw it up to the big man, see if he can score.
Unfortunately, for try on at Samford, it didn't go in. And Chambers will check out. Tryon will check out. Henderson is coming in.
Late trap on the ball. Now you got to recover if you're Samford.
They had 3 guys chasing the ball. 3 for Hicks, short.
Oh, good kick out ahead to Parks.
He's got a trailer, McCray.
Good fast effort by Samford. The kick ahead to Parks was just a little long, but he had the wherewithal to find Stanton McCray on the lob there, and he drew the foul.
2 of the athletes that Bucky McMillan pointed out in our Zoom conference, Christian Guess and A.J. Staten McCray, said both of these guys are incredible athletes. And even though Staten McCray unable to finish the basket, this is a guy on the run with his size and his height. Didn't put the ball on the floor and almost made a spectacular follow-up shot.
Yeah, he can definitely finish that. It just had a little bit of a slow start here so far today on the offensive end.
That's his first point on the free throw. Brandon Miller. Backup point guard. It's coming our way. Get ready. You still got the hands, partner.
Hey, there we go.
That was clean.
Got to be alert.
Those mitts went up in a hurry. Luckily, it was headed right for my shield. There we are. That guy with the save.
We should probably have an instant replay of that later, I would assume. I mean, it's a great play.
You want to do color on that one?
Up and under by Guess.
No, I meant on the saving on the me getting hit in the face. But yes, up and under by Guess that missed as well. Cameron Tucker. Tucker gets it back. One-on-one, State McCray.
Good help side by Henderson there. Rotated over, did it again. Oh, got him for just a slide.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson, who has had a good first half with 8 points.
Henderson was Mr. Help there, but just got a little shuffle to the right. Good drive by Johnson to make that contact happen.
And the foul goes to Stanley Henderson, his first. Exactly 6 minutes remaining in this opening half. It's the season opener for both teams. And a nice first half developing. Jalen Johnson now with 9. Sophomore from Indianapolis. Played in 30 games, all 30 last year for A&M. Made 8 starts. His career high is 14. He has 10 already. State McCray, kick out. Matre, 3.
Second 3 of the game for the Samford Bulldogs. Good kick out. So Matre's shoulders were square for that easy 3.
State McCray just a tad overzealous there. His second.
Again, when you're playing 10 to 12 guys like Samford's going to do, I don't even know if you worry about fouls that much.
I agree with you, Boyd. Because if you're going to play more than 10 guys, you know, that's 50 some odd fouls that you have to play with, right?
Yeah, he wants the effort, and when you're doing that kind of pressure all game, you're going to get some fouls.
Cortez, free throw. Anjay Cortez, 6'8", 185 freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. All 3 of his points off the bench. Unable to make 2 for 2. Yes, Matre. Die, that's his spot. Nice move. A little too hard on the finish, but he got pushed. Yeah. And Die will be rewarded.
Good little fake to the middle and then drop stepping up and under to get the foul.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Again, more traditional what he's known for, the moves around the block, than that 3 he started the game with.
He's got all year long, does Logan Die, to hit one more 3. And he would surpass last year's total. In case you missed it, opened up the scoring with a 3. His scoring. And now goes 1 out of 2. He has 8 points.
Die is one of only 2 Samford Bulldogs that really even returned from last year's team that got minutes. And the other player, Jalen Dupree's not even playing right now, has a stress fracture and is out.
The hustle by Chambers, but there is a whistle, and it looks like, was he out of bounds? Yes, he was just out of bounds. Yep, good camera work right there. Foot stepped out of bounds. Yeah, Dupree is expected out at least until Christmas. Samford hoping to get their post player back by conference play. Long range 3 will not go down. Guess strong rebound. Matre, see Die fighting underneath. Instead, Chambers. 3 ball.
That's what Chambers is known for, 45% three-point shooter a couple years ago for the Samford Bulldogs.
His first 3 points come on 1 shot. Nice no look. Cortez with the fancy finish.
Oh, yeah, that was a very good look and even better cut and finish by Cortez.
Christian Guess, high off the glass, no foul.
Samford's just been continuing the pressure, and all of a sudden this leads up to 10. Kind of felt like a little bit closer game than that, but they just keep going.
Approaching the 4-minute mark remaining in the opening half. Both teams will go to the bench at the next whistle. Jalen Johnson, who's been hot in this first half, gave up his dribble. Cameron Tucker, long three is good.
That's the first three of the day for A&M.
That's right.
Missed their first 8 before that. But it's a great equalizer in the game.
Dye. Well, this could be, and it is.
The career
high, 2 threes.
Logan Dye with 11 points already today.
He had 1 all last year. Good follow-up. That goes in. Flexing his muscles, Cameron Tucker. I don't know if Tucker will get credit for the basket or not. Meanwhile, Matre launches 3, doesn't go. And then a basket for Jalen Johnson. So, you know, when Samford thinks they're going out on a run, here comes A&M not too far behind. We will take immediate timeout with under 3 minutes remaining in the opening half. Samford 32, A&M 26.
Because you do.
There's dancing and enjoying life. 21, a career high yesterday in a 2-point loss to Auburn. That's Katie Allen of Samford from the Samford women's basketball team. I've seen her on this campus for 5 years. That's including 1 year with a knee surgery. I've never seen her not smile.
Having fun out there, especially when you're knocking down 6 threes in the game against the SEC team.
That's right. And it was a game in which the Samford women were thinking we should have won that game. And, boy, that says a lot for the program when you think you should have beat an SEC team.
Yeah, SoCon champs from last year, but again, they're had to reload with a lot of new players.
Got a brief look at Logan Dye. We're having fun here. Dye has 2 threes in this half. He had 1 3 all of last year. Really, with the handoff to Gordon. Gordon gets a screen. Staten McCray. And AJ draws a foul. McCray's first step always seems to be forward, towards the rim, towards the goal.
Well, for a freshman, he's already got a little muscle on that body, too, to go in there and absorb that contact to finish at the goal.
Tryon in for Richie. It'll be really the trigger man. Now Tryon goes down low. There's a lot of trees down there, and Gordon somehow able to get a shot off and draw a foul.
Yeah, had a little back cut there off the inbounds play and found him underneath and got the foul on.
It was the head fake, the old Walt Frazier head fake. By the way, if we ever get on a court, you and I, we run, that's my move, I'm telling you now. The head fake.
Run?
The head
Can we play half court?
Sure. But I mean, it's not one-on-one. It just, you know, I need help. But that was, you know, growing up in New York and watching Walt Frazier with that move, that head fake. Byron Gordon with a pair. Tell you what might be easier for Samford is to put a turnstile at half court and just count the number of changes that are made personnel-wise. Good hands by KJ Davis. And that'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, that's that pressure. That pressure just got to him. They couldn't get it up the floor. Now we're going to rotate a couple guys in for offense.
It's kind of funny. You look up at the guys that are in the game. They got to look up. They don't know they're in or out. I was watching Tristan Chambers of Samford, and he was like, me? Tryon, handoff. Gordon got a step. Gets fouled. Byron Gordon playing an extremely high pace, and we've talked about it. He missed all of last year after starting every game 2 years ago.
As the inbounder, he got that ball into Tryon and then instantly came off a little rough play with the handoff there to get to the goal.
2 free throws coming. Well, Chambers had time to just wipe off for a second. Now he's back in for shooting. Tryon back out. So a smaller lineup, especially with no Jalen Dupree, who is hurt and out, and then Tryon on the bench. 4 guards and then a combo in Stanley Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson at 6'6", your tallest guy on the court right now. And he'll have to match up with the 6'11" E.J. Williams.
And it's Henderson who draws Williams. It's a nice backcourt of Tucker and Hicks for A&M. This is Hicks. Really on him. 10 to shoot for A&M. And a bailout foul there by Preston Parks. I don't think he wanted to do that, but his body did make connection.
They had a good defensive possession there. I kind of liked on the skip pass. You saw the entire defense rotate sides. You saw the help side become ball side. Samford was having a good defensive stand there until the foul.
Cameron Tucker, 3 points in the game, all on a 3-point made basket. 1-1, and he will get the opportunity to shoot the second. Tucker, familiar with the Birmingham area, played his high school ball at Winona 2 years ago, the 5A Player of the Year.
Averaged almost 8 points a game as a freshman for A&M.
Three-pointer, State McCray. Yes.
That's an added benefit when you can be that big, athletic, get into the goal, but also step back and hit that three.
Other way 3. Yes, that's good. Miles Parker.
Yeah, help side couldn't get there fast enough on that one before Parker got the 3 up.
McCray wants another one. Now a breakaway. Cortez, yes. Contact, no foul.
Yeah,
off the bench, 7 for Cortez.
A&M did a good job kicking ahead that time.
And then Myron Gordon.
Pace really picked up in this last minute.
And that's exactly what's left. Right above the free throw line, a miss for Hicks. Gordon a little high on the dribble, almost lost it. Myron tries to muscle one up. Now back to Hicks. Samford will take a lead into the locker room. But it's been a pretty strong half for Alabama A&M. I think they should be pleased.
For the first game out, no doubt. I mean, again, they didn't have much tape to see what Samford's going to try to do. They knew they were going to put pressure on, but you know, you don't have a lot to scout yet with the new guys on the team, so they've done a good job adjusting as we went along. They got a little bit of a hot start, hit 4-6 points pretty early in the game. They've been hanging in there since.
Here's Cortez off the bench, the freshman from Charlotte. There's about a 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Matre was glancing at that. Dye's got the high post. Dye on the roll, and now gets position and scores.
Yeah, Dye had a good slip string. I think Chambers was looking at from the beginning.
13 in the half for Logan Dye. Here's a steal. Here's Chambers high with the left. In and out.
Preston Parks had a good job to get a hand on that ball to get Samford one last shot.
And that will do it in the first half. So Bucky McMillan and Samford 43. Dylan Howard and A&M 32. Boyd and I will be back with some halftime thoughts in just a minute.
Monday night.
Samford up at the half. And our highlights are brought to you by Hinkle Roofing. We'll take a look at some highlights, and you'll see a lot of Logan Dye, Boyd Kaiser.
Yeah, A&M, they had a good start. Got up on Samford 8-2 at the beginning of the game, knocking down some good shots. They were moving the ball well, getting good shots. Samford kind of hung with it, though, and again, they went to their bench. Logan Dye being one of the main ones off the bench tonight, and just started knocking down shots of their own, and all of a sudden the bench has 34 points for Samford, got them a lead at halftime.
Andre Cortez off the bench, by the way, for Alabama A&M, keeping them in, as you see Dye with that sweet turnaround soft hook that he's got. And then the Bulldogs on the run. There's Dye with his second three of the game.
And a good slipstream to finish it.
Yeah, that was nice between Chambers and Dye. Our halftime stats are brought to you by Alabama 811. We had a chance to preview. There's nothing really that jumps off that screen and bites me in the neck. What about you, Boyd?
The biggest thing to me is the turnovers for A&M. Only 4 more, but those are just 4 less possessions they get. A&M's going to want to work on that in the second half. Samford ended up with 8 more shots than A&M in the first half due to some of those turnovers. So got to work on that a little bit. Hit the defensive glass a little more. Don't let Samford get any offensive rebounds. Difference ends up being really 3 more threes on the Samford side than the A&M side, and a couple free throws. So there's your 11 points.
Am I right that Greenville had 28 turnovers Wednesday night in the first half, I believe it was, right?
Yes. The pressure got to them more than it has A&M. So.
Well, and A&M, again, that's a D1. A&M is taller, and we kind of expected things would not look like Wednesday. 43-32. The Bulldogs lead the Bulldogs. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
Special day because you got a streusel top blueberry muffin. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Back at the Hannah Center, the Battle of the Bulldogs. This afternoon, it's the season opener for both teams. Samford 43, Alabama A&M 32. Again, we'll show you during this half. We're going to show you upcoming schedules a little bit later. Samford's got another exhibition game coming up Tuesday, and it'll be the Big Ten for Alabama A&M. They got Ohio State.
Yeah, that'll be a fun opportunity for the A&M team to get up there and see that part of the world and that arena. And again, they didn't have a good showing here today, and they just need to find a way to slow Samford down a little bit. They can't give up another 43 points this half.
There's that schedule. Ohio State Saturday. Intrastate against North Alabama. Then they stay in Huntsville to play South Alabama, and then Jackson State, and they will get into the SWAC. And you look at Samford Tuesday, that's an exhibition here. Then a tough one up in Nashville against Belmont. Over to Georgia and Troy. The schedule will be challenging early for Bucky McMillan.
Yeah, it definitely gets a little harder once you hit the road, and those are 2 quality programs they'll be going against.
Tryon. So you got a different set of 5 for Samford, I believe. Let me check that to try. Yeah, no, I'm going to check that. Anyways, out of bounds off of Samford. I beg your pardon. Tryon did start. So this is the same 5 that started the game.
Yeah, Samford got a good look from Montre to coming out of half there. On the drive kick out to the wing, just didn't hit it this time.
Little contact, no foul. Three was there for a moment for Dalen Smith.
Samford's changed it up now and in a little zone themselves first time today, half court.
Ball movement out of A&M. Will it lead to a good shot? Yes, it will. And a bucket. Cameron Tucker. That's a good possession for A&M.
Yeah, A&M used some clock and adjusted to the zone, found the gap in it to hit the shot.
Tryon sets the screen, is rewarded, and takes a three that misses. Hicks got around Davis, and then Hicks unable to finish. Williams gets fouled by Davis.
Yeah, Hicks had a good little hesitation move there and drew some contact, but didn't get the call as he went up. But Williams was able to clean it up on the opposite glass.
Three in and three out for Samford.
And the three that just came in for Samford did most of their scoring in the first half, so bringing some punch off the bench again. Samford staying in the zone.
Matchup type of 2-3 it looks like. When a ball handler gets it, you put pressure. Here's Williams, and just unable to finish at the rim. He has not scored so far today.
Yeah, got to finish those when you get that close.
Block. So, or not block, rather, offensive.
Yeah, Williams did a good job taking that from Guess. He was determined to get to the goal that time.
So it'll be on Christian Guess. 8 points in the first half. Runs the floor extremely well. Picks up his first foul. Samford in front as we wait for the floor to get cleaned and wiped. Certainly a different tone, a different pacing than what Samford saw on Wednesday in an exhibition game against the D3.
Yeah, you'd think they were playing really slow, but they're still on pace to get 86 in the game. But
foul way before that shot, and this time it's offensive on A&M. It'll be on Dalen Smith.
Yeah, Monterey cut the baseline off and took that charge right in the chest.
Now that's 4 fouls on Dalen Smith. One more, and he is expelled from this game.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see him for another 10 minutes now. Save him for that last 10 minutes of the game.
Get a good look on your camera at Richardson Matre. There's the back of Matre.
The floor wiping guys are having to work a little harder this year because they got to run all the way from one side of the court to the other to get it wiped up.
Matre with a bounce pass. Guess, die, dunked you!
A good extra pass by Guess there. He could have finished that himself, but he saw the rotation coming and dive wide open.
The unselfishness, and Die hustling on the other end. And another offensive foul. This one is on Jalen Johnson.
You said the word unselfish, in talking with Bucky McMillan, that's one of his 3 pillars that he really looks for. Is unselfish play from the team, and you see it right here when Guest does that extra pass to Die. And then, it's also an unselfish thing when you give up your body to take the charge. So he's got 3 pillars he looks at that he's trying to instill in this program, with unselfishness being one of them, hard work, and then also fearlessness is his 3rd of attacking the rim.
I think that's where I would fail, Boyd. I hate to tell you, I can go 2 out of 3 for Bucky. The 3rd one I'd be a little challenged, Kind of like a boot camp. There's Myron Gordon. Can you survive Camp McMillan?
Well, part of that fearlessness, too, though, is it's the fun side of it. Hey, you got to keep shooting, man. Don't worry about that. If it doesn't go in,
okay, now that I like.
You got to hit the next one that's open. But at the same time, when you're playing unselfish, you're going to get the best shot out there anyway, so. Oh, good tip. Good tip by Parks.
Recovery made by Garrett Hicks.
That may be the first mistake Dye's made today. Turnover on that fast break.
Dye is 8 points short of his career high.
Yeah, he's had a very solid game.
And we thought, you and I, Boyd, that with the loss of Jalen Dupree for a couple of weeks, month or so, that it would be Dye's turn to get that position. He's getting more minutes than Tryon.
Yeah, good opportunity, obviously. Bad for Jalen Dupree that he's got to sit out for a while, but good for the guys behind him to get that opportunity to show what they can do on the court. Good pump fake by Williamson. Draw that foul on Logan Dye.
It's only Dye's second. E.J. Williams is empty this afternoon, no points.
Only took one shot in the first half, so maybe they'll try to get him a little more involved in this second half.
Dylan Howard trying to get some offense out of his big man. Left-hander gets his first point. Two opposite type post players. Abba Lawal is even taller than Williams. He's 7 foot, but he's only 210 pounds. More of a project at this point.
A little different body types.
A little bit. And remember what Dylan Howard was telling us, and he knows, we'll see a replay of the block. Howard knows every team across the country was affected by COVID and you didn't get your practices in, but that's where it hurt a guy like Lawal, a project guy that you would like to get more time, more practice time.
Well, yeah, just in general, if you obviously have older guys on the team that have been through all the drills and practice, you don't miss it quite as much, but when you got a bunch of freshmen and sophomore or for Samford, when you got a whole new system to put in, it's going to be a little slower when you don't get those summer workouts in.
Friendly bounce and a three-pointer for Garrett Hicks. Oh.
Cameron Tucker almost got the steal there, jumping in that passing lane. Again, A&M continues to fight hard here and keeping it right at 9 points.
Plenty of time to go. Second half, season opener for both teams. Now backup guard in there for Samford. Jaron Riley, got a nice handle. Davis, Gordon, and Dr. K.J. Davis. It will be Samford ball.
That could be one of those where ref maybe could have called a foul, but he'll just give him the ball out instead.
Good no call. Andre Cortez knocked it out of bounds. With Tryon on the bench for Samford, you don't have that lob, that lob over the top. So,
well, with the team A&M has out there right now, Logan Dye actually has a little advantage too. So if they wanted to use that body and post him up, it'd be a little different situation on the line.
I'm thinking the same thing. There is Dye. Let's see if it's him. Nope. They go up top and set the offense. Now Dye.
Yeah, they tried to hit Gordon on that flex cut like they did in the first half one time.
On the block. There's that left, that baby hook. You can see it was coming off to the left side.
Yeah, only thing he probably did wrong there is with the size advantage he had on the block, he shouldn't have faded so much on that. Take it up strong through the defender with that baby hook.
Garrett Hicks has 10 points. This is down to 7. Samford up, but not by much. Riley's got position. Bounce pass for Dye.
Riley's definitely a pass-first point guard out there, especially as a freshman.
We will take a media timeout. 15:31 remaining. A&M cuts this deficit down to 7.
Purpose. Samford University, for God, for learning, forever.
A&M and Samford separated by just 7 points. 15 and 31 seconds remaining in the second half.
Yeah, good start for A&M in the second half. Come out, they're shooting 60% in the second half from the field, where Samford's had a much colder start. Only 28% here so far in the second half, cutting that lead a little bit. Got a lot of time left to play, but a good start for them.
Dylan Howard was telling us during the week that he's very familiar with Bucky McMillan. Again, Dylan played at UAB, coaches up at Huntsville. He has scouted and hoped to get a bunch of Bucky's players over the last few years, so he's very familiar, and I don't think there was any intimidation factor, and that's helped A&M down by 7, 15-15 remaining.
I think most of the basketball coaches in the state of Alabama, college or high school level, knew Bucky McMillan from all he had done at Mountain Brook.
I'll tell you, Jalen Johnson can shoot with anybody. He has 14 points, 6'7", 230 sophomore from Indianapolis.
Yeah, and on 6 of 9 shooting, so doing it very efficiently so far.
A 5-point Samford lead. Make it 7. Preston Parks, points number 3 and 4.
Yeah, good little floater from Parks. He can score in bunches when he gets hot. That shot starts dropping, that goal gets big for Parks. Former SoCon Freshman of the Year.
He's on his 3rd different school, Citadel, UT Martin. Now Parks with a good lead pass to Guess. Guess is dangerous in the open floor. Makes the move, shoots, scores, and one.
Yeah, showed it there. Showed his athletic ability on the floor on the left side with right hand. Samford always with their head up down the court, making that first outlet pass to start the fast break.
12 points for Christian Guess, all off the bench. Cameron Tucker on the foul, his first. With that foul, Tucker will come out of the ball game, replaced by Brandon Miller. Guess with his 13th point.
Yeah, good game for Guess so far. 13 points, 8 rebounds, leading the Bulldogs and Samford Bulldogs in rebounding today.
Hey, when you look at Guess, let us remember that he signed and played 1 game for Missouri out of high school. I mean, if you're being recruited by Missouri, that's how good you are. Things didn't work out, and he would eventually transfer to a junior college, but he can play.
Yeah, averaged over 20 in JUCO.
Chambers trying to hit Guess on the fly.
3-on-2 opportunity for A&M.
Williams keeps it alive. Brandon Miller. And finally a shot.
Oh, a little light mark on Parks there. Tried to go over for the charge, and I think he tried to sell it a little much on the fall here. You see Parks come in late.
Well, if he was late, it wasn't by much.
I think Hicks was able to kind of torque his body to the side around Parks a little bit. Parks still went to the ground trying to sell the charge there.
Garrett Hicks, 2 free throws coming. He has 9 points in today's game. You see, he's a sophomore from Madison.
Hicks is the returning leading scorer for A&M as a freshman. Had 11 points a game as a freshman.
Hicks played all 30 games last year for A&M. He started 29. At one point last year, Dylan Howard had 5 freshmen starting. And as he jokingly said, you can't get younger than that. Unless you're starting high school kids, but They had a very young squad.
Yeah, I think we may have mentioned earlier, but the best part about starting freshmen is that they're all sophomores next year. They've learned a lot. They've grown a lot.
That goes down.
Yeah, KJ just saw everybody. The defense was all spread out of the lane, so he took advantage of it and went straight to the goal.
First 2 points for Davis.
Kind of feels like Samford was able to fight off that cold start now, hit a couple shots. 3 of their last field goals have gone in the hole.
Miles Parker with the 3 answer. Parker has hit a pair of 3 balls. Chambers, great bounce pass. Myron Gordon off balance, circus shot. Oh my.
Yeah, Chambers turned that corner almost like he was going to drive. Gordon did the back cut. Perfect push pass by Chambers into Gordon.
That's pretty.
That's a strong finish around the goal right there.
Miles Parker picks up his 2nd foul. Gordon trying to finish the spectacular 3-point play. Some full court pressure and just a little too much pressure for Matre.
A little too much body there. A&M already in the 1-1 for the rest of the half. They'll be in the bonus. So if A&M can knock down their free throws, this could be a big advantage for them this half.
Three-time All-Stater was Parker at Madison Academy. In fact, some SEC blueprint, 17 games over a 2-year stretch with Auburn.
Yeah, good stroke right there. Knocked down 2 threes today and hit his free throws.
Back within 8. Chambers, kick out. Myron Gordon. Tucker on the rebound. Charge again. On Dalen Smith. In fact, Smith has just fouled out.
That's perhaps the 3rd or 4th charge Samford's taken today. I know it's been a big point of emphasis in the preseason camp. They've worked a lot on that. Sacrificing that body.
Dalen Smith with 5 fouls, no points.
This may be the smallest lineup of the day that Samford's had out there. No true post player even on the floor.
What's as tall as he got there? Guess maybe at 6'6"?
6'6" or so, but you're talking about small forward type player. No real post players out there, though some of these guys can still post up if they need to. I think Samford will just spread the floor and try to dribble drive.
He does have, Bucky McMillan does have some shooters on the floor, though. In fact, you could say that about anybody he puts on the floor. Another sub. Richie, who had about 5 seconds during that stretch, comes out.
He was in for that offensive possession.
Eight-point lead for Samford. Good defense applied.
Yeah, it looked like A&M had a switch they should have taken advantage of earlier. They got Parks on Johnson, but then they went out to set the screen and they switched back and got Guess on Johnson.
Shot clock emptying out, a 3 that came close. Second chance, Jalen Johnson knows how to finish. Yes, 16. 6-point lead for Samford. Matre wants 3, he's going to be off.
That's a little bit different 3 or 1 dribble, try to square yourself up as opposed to move the ball and get it on a kick out from a drive. a little bit harder.
3 ball. Got it. Garrett Hicks, and the lead is now 3. Timeout. Bucky McMillan calls a timeout as A&M gets closer. So 10:48 remaining. Season opener for both teams. Samford leads A&M by 3. A&M down by 3. Look at the Samford contingent on the court. And here come the maroon and white.
A&M's on a 7-0 run in the last couple minutes, and that was with Gordon and Dye for Samford, both on the bench. Both those guys are back in the game right now. Samford's had a little bit of a hard time finding the guys to score outside of Dye, Gordon, and Guest. Those 3 have had most of the points for the Bulldogs today.
On the wing, it's Parks. Guess. Lob to Dye. Samford lucky to get it back with 5 seconds to shoot. This has got to go up real soon. Off balance. Dye before the buzzer. Yes.
Yeah, that second shot that can kill you sometimes. They did a great defensive possession, A&M did. Got Gordon to take a hard fall away off the dribble shot, but forgot to box out on the hottest guy today, Dye.
And Dye has just set a career high with 17 points. Comeback by Jalen Johnson. He's got 18. There's Tristan Chambers for 3.
Good 3 for Chambers. You'll see as the Samford Bulldogs run the floor, they hit that corner for the 3.
Out immediate timeout, a 3-point game at the Hannah Center. Samford 59, A&M 56. Basketball on ESPN is presented by the following: Alabama 811, Feds Express, Express Oil and Tire Engineers, Truett Insurance, and by Ticketsmarter.com. Boyd Kaiser, CB, Johnny Mack and the crew, we are back. We got a close one here, partner. 3-point game, under 10 minutes remaining. 2 teams on the highway, separated by 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been a solid game the whole day. A&M started well, had a hard time there for a lot of the first half, but then came out strong in the second half. Currently, they're shooting almost 49% of the field, so Samford really's got to find a way to lock down that half-court defense. I know that's one of the things that Bucky on the Samford side has been working on a lot, too, to get them to guard more half-court. They have so much emphasis on the full court. You got to lock them down on the half court too. A&M this half only has 4 turnovers so far, so they've calmed that down just a little bit, gets them some extra shots at the goal.
We talk about valuing possessions. Christian Guess, 15 for the Cleveland, Ohio native.
That would be another career high for him too, right?
Yes.
First game with the Samford Bulldogs.
Yes.
He and I with career highs.
Nice pass, Johnson with the finish.
That was great passing by the A&M team to get around that trap.
Jalen Johnson with 20 points.
I don't think Samford knew that time who was supposed to stay to be the point guard. Samford's trying to do a trap at half court, and what do you do? Throw over the top. One extra pass when Dye tries to help, and easy bucket for Johnson. Again, it's one of the things we talked about earlier. When you are doing that pressure and trapping, you got to still be able to protect the goal.
Well, let's see what the pundits had to say about these 2 teams. In the SWAC, Southwestern Athletic Conference, you see A&M 3rd from the bottom. Texas Southern should win it, followed by Southern, Prairie View, etc. And the SoCon, one of the top mid-majors in college basketball. It's the Spartans, followed by the Paladins, and again, Samford 3rd from the bottom. ahead of VMI and the Citadel. And we'll see how that all plays out.
Well, a team like Samford, I don't even know how you vote on where to put them because you don't know any of the players. You haven't seen the coach. I mean, it's tough as you come in the first time.
Nice no look from Chambers to Guess.
That's the second time Samford's been able to hit a player on a slip screen like that. Fake like you're setting the screen on the ball and then slip to the goal.
17 for Guess. And then Jalen Johnson off a loose ball, able to finish. He has 22 points.
Yeah, Logan Dye almost had the steal at half court, but that left the goal open, and Johnson finished strong.
And Gordon with the turnover. All alone, hits and lays it up and in. A 1-point lead for Samford. Parks. And now Gordon. Rebounded by Brandon Miller, and A&M looking to take the lead for the first time in a long, long time. Here it goes. And then Dye says only one shot for A&M. Boy, you get anxious there. You're on the road, 8 minutes remaining against a high-flying team. Might not have been the best choice of shots.
We'll see if Samford's bench maybe tightens up just a little bit, the rotation, now that you're in a 1-point game with 8 minutes left. You got to keep those guys out there that have scored a lot for you today.
That's the unknown, is what Bucky McMillan's team will do in those tight games down the stretch. Media timeout with Samford leading by 1, under 8 minutes to go in the season opener. A 1-point game with 7 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Alabama A&M against Samford.
A&M's hit 6 of their last 7 shots to cut into that 10-point lead Samford had to get it within 1. It's going to be a fun end.
A&M has outscored Samford in this half, 30-20. So they made up 10 points so far. Oh, that's why the Bulldog player was upset. Dye.
Yeah, and the
kind of floated that left hand in there. Whoop.
The referees are currently looking at it too to see if they need to do any kind of flagrant on that.
All right. Cameron Tucker upset about that. Wondering why until I saw the replay.
You know, it wasn't a super strong move, but where it got him, looked like it got him in the face. They may do something for that.
We learned a lesson last year that anything from the shoulders up, they're going to call. Either looking at a 1 or a 2. And you're also going to give up the ball. This is going to be A&M's ball regardless. Let's see what we got. Flagrant or not?
They may just be letting them play on, I guess, this time. I didn't see him signal any foul call.
No. Well, and I stand corrected. Samford gets the ball. We think.
Still, another discussion has started back at the table again.
Yeah. You know what? They might be looking at a replay, and they are. That's what they want to do now.
We're going to watch a replay of the replay.
Samford head coach, Bucky McMillan. All right, everybody now satisfied. So, big loss for A&M, and they didn't get the benefit of that call. Here's Chambers, and he floats it up and misses to the right. E.J. Williams with the rebound. So, again, A&M with a chance to shoot for the lead.
Yep, got another stop.
Williams underneath. Yes, the basket to give the Bulldogs of A&M the lead. Miles Parker.
Good pass on that cut to hit Parker underneath.
But Trey unable to hit. He had a good look. So now for Alabama A&M.
Samford has had a tough day from the three-point line. Only 5 for 23 today, so that part 0 for 7 in the second half.
The lob intended for Miles Parker. That turnover will give the ball back to Samford. Matre comes out, Gordon comes in.
A&M's got all the momentum right now, playing confidently on the defensive and offensive end.
Yeah, they've been in this game the entire way. They were not intimidated by that box score. As I mentioned, Dylan Howard, very familiar. He's a college coach. He knew what Bucky McMillan and his club was going to try to do. Byron Gordon maintains possession. Inside move, McCray gets fouled. State McCray gets fouled. So he will go to the free throw line.
And when shots aren't falling from the outside, it's good to have guys that can drive in, finish at the goal, or get some contact.
Williams called for the foul, and then State McCray rather on the miss. Another one coming. This would be a tie game if McCray makes it. State McCray. Tied up. His 5th point of the afternoon ties the game at 64. Full court.
So far in the second half, this full court pressure has not bothered A&M at all. It's like they worked out all the kinks at halftime.
Jalen Johnson cannot leave him open, and Tryon got a piece of it for the deflection. Myron Gordon. Wide open, Staten McCray, the 3-ball short, way short.
Yeah, probably not the shot that Samford wants there after the kind of pump fake on the drive and then pull back for the 3. Not as easy as getting one off the pass, inside out, shoulder squared up.
A&M. If they score, they will go back out in front. They've tied the game at 64 with a strong second half.
And we talked about coming out of halftime, A&M probably wanting to slow it down. You can't let Samford get in the mid-80s. So far this second half, they've done that. They've changed the pace just a little bit.
Jalen Johnson finishes with the left hand. He has 24 in the game. Dye. Travel on Dye.
Looks like one got the travel, one got the foul, and I think the Samford's going to get the foul before the travel.
Maybe the foul caused the travel, yes. And that's why Logan Dye headed to the free throw line.
Both teams are in the bonus now the rest of the half.
And that means you get a guaranteed on a shooting foul, a guaranteed 2 shots. A&M up by 2. Extending his career high, Logan Dye, now with 18. Tied up, under 6 minutes remaining. Very competitive game.
Samford's back some of the pressure off. Looks like they're going to fall back into a little zone, 2-3 matchup.
Good hands. Parks. Possession down to 9 seconds. And Samford winds up with it. Here comes the Rabbits on the run. Myron Gordon, too much? Yes, on the follow.
Guess started that fast break with the kick out and finished it with a follow-up. Never gave up on the play.
Now A&M for the tie game, rolls in. Johnson.
That's a matchup they'll take every time. Johnson got on that zone and post up on Gordon.
26 in the game for Jalen Johnson, a sophomore from Indianapolis. Samford again trying to shoot for the lead. Gordon has a little step, hit the back of the iron. Now it's A&M with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, he's trying to finish that one off glass when he's floating it in there.
Red hot Jalen Johnson, an offensive foul. Yet another charge on the A&M Bulldogs.
And that may be my trace about third of the game that he's taken himself. He saw the pump fake coming and got his feet over there quick. Got outside the circle and drew it.
Good call. Big call. Good call. Right call. As well as Jalen Johnson has played offensively with 28 points. He only had 2 fouls. He's not in foul trouble.
Defensively for Samford, you know, I think we talked about they got in the bonus. They got their 7th foul and got A&M in the bonus with 12 minutes left in the half. Haven't fouled again since. And so that extra free throw shooting hadn't been an advantage for A&M this second half.
Whistle underneath. You had contact with Dye and Parker.
Parker had switched off and tried to stay in front of Dye, and Dye's got some good post-up, strong body. They were working it inside, a little bit too much contact. You see the arm got hooked there just for a second.
Dye just came off with 2 for 2 at the line. And a big miss on the 1-and-1. So we stay tied as we approach the 4-minute mark. That's going to be on Parks, right in front of us.
Parks reached in, tried to get that ball, but got the body. So that'll be 1-and-1.
Free throws for Cameron Tucker. Stay tied under 4 minutes. Go
Game
ahead,
like this down the stretch, it may come down to those free throws.
Yes. $21 for Guess. The only thing missing for Christian is his name on his jersey. A&M trying to answer. This would be for the lead. Gutsy shot by Miles Parker, trying to put his team in front.
He's knocked down a couple today. It was a good look.
Dye up top. Chambers and Parks.
Almost had Guess on the backdoor cut, but they got him posted up instead.
Now he's got the post, and he'll pick up the foul. Put him on his hip, did Guess, and that'll bring us to immediate timeout. 3 minutes, 11 seconds remaining, and only 2 points separate these two teams. We'll be back from the Hanna Center after this. It's time to take a look at our Ticket Smarter Smart Play of the game, which is going to be a dunk by Logan Dye. And there's a two-handed slam. Ticket Smarter, the smarter way to buy tickets to live events. Visit ticketsmarter.com, and you can download the app today.
How about Die and Guess on the day are 17 for 21 from the field, 80% shooting. The rest of the team's just 10 for 44. So those guys have been carrying some of that offensive load today for the Bulldogs, Samford Bulldogs.
Christian Guess, 21 in his Samford debut. And that'll put the Bulldogs Samford up by 3.
He gets one more rebound. He's going to have a double-double. He's got 9 rebounds right now also.
From Cleveland, Ohio, again, one game for the Missouri Tigers, then transferred to Northern Idaho. Hits 1 out of 2. So basically, coming out of Northern Idaho is a free agent. Able to transfer to wherever he wanted to. This is for a tie. Got it!
Yeah, Samford came out in that little 1-2-2 matchup zone and left the wing open just a little bit, just enough.
Brandon Miller's first 3 points of the game tied this game up. Guess lob to Die, who's able to finish without coming down.
Great body control by Die on that lob to get it in the goal.
21 for Die, career high.
Samford back in man-to-man this possession.
Williams, Jalen Johnson, and Johnson ties it back up.
He's been the go-to guy for A&M all day long, 28 points so far today.
So an entertaining start to the season. 2 minutes remaining.
A&M in the zone for the first time today, I think.
And Guess with the spin move can't finish. A&M now with a chance to take the lead.
Good move. Samford had good ball movement to get the zone moving around, found the inside man open. Guess just couldn't quite finish it like he has most of the day today.
Man-to-man for Samford. Cameron Tucker thought about the 3. Tucker to the rim with 7. Guess.
Got an advantage right now. Samford does.
No look to Die, keeps it alive. Gordon, no foul. Here comes A&M. 2 on 3. Stop, pop, it won't drop. Second chance, floats up and in for Garrett Hicks. 18 for Hicks.
See, Gordon, there's a good swing on the ball here. Good finish for Hicks on the other side on a fast break. Looked like Gordon was about to score, and Andy was able to block the ball to start their own fast break.
Alabama A&M up by 2. 74 seconds remaining in the season opener. (75-73). That's the score. A little floater in the lane by Garrett Hicks.
Yeah, we got a minute left. Samford ball. So far today, your guys that Samford's going to look to get the ball inside, I'd assume to Die or Guess. And from there, any kickouts they can get. Those have been your 2 go-to guys so far today.
Myron Gordon, also who wears number 4. Dangerous from the perimeter, and he sets up near side. He'll come into your screen. There he is. And that's him. Die, handoff, Gordon to the hole, and 1.
That's some levitation there. What a good handoff play from Die, and then straight to the goal. I think he was upset he didn't get the ball last time. He was going to get back to the goal this time.
Parker with the foul. Gordon is a good free throw shooter. And he puts Samford up by 1.
6 for 6 from the line today for Gordon.
Surprisingly, no full court pressure.
think Samford at this point wants to concentrate on that half-court defense. They got to get a stop down here.
Jalen Johnson, who gets him? Yes. Brandon Miller hit a big three. Lob, nobody home. Samford with the big steal with about 9 seconds.
Yes, he's a versatile defender, so he got the job on Johnson that time, but they had the backside steal on the lob.
About 9 seconds on the clock differential. So A&M will get at least one more shot. The lean in, the foul, and the bucket. Matre.
Oh, looks like they're going to get Matre on the charge. That time he's taken 3 of them today, and I think they called it on him that time.
Take those 2 off the board.
Strong drive. A&M just a little fast getting over there to get that charge call.
That'll set the scene for this. 21 9/10 of a second remaining. It will be A&M ball. They got to go the length of the court. Samford leads by 1. Who is going to be the hero?
Samford's going to come back with a little pressure.
It's Brandon Miller. You would think these are the 5 best defenders that Samford has. They're on the floor with 8 seconds in the game. To the rim, the foul, and the bucket is good.
Yes, try to get over there for the same charge call that Matre just got called on, but you can see his body's not squared up into it.
Cameron Tucker.
Did not quite get there.
Foul was on Parks, his 4th. So A&M with a chance to go up by 2. Remember, Samford has 5.9 seconds. You see that on your TV. That's plenty of time.
Oh, absolutely. 5.9 seconds, plenty of time to get down and get a good shot, get even a pass or 2 in the half court.
Tucker trying to make this a 2-point game. A&M by 2. Samford 2 to tie, 3 for the walk-off. Matre, a 2-pointer, lean in, it's no good. It's A&M with the win on the road.
Samford elects to go without the timeout to get it in game flow, and Matre just short on the shot at the end.
He had it dead on, but it was just a little short. And A&M comes into the Hannah Center and spoils the opener for the Samford Bulldogs. So for Boyd Kaiser and our entire crew, this is Kurt Bloom saying so long from the Pete Hannah Center, where the final score is Alabama A&M 78, Samford 76. All games airing on the ESPN network are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.